Self-employed singer-songwriter show. This is James. I have an update for you. This is another one on Malaysia Airlines Flight 370, missing Boeing 777 that disappeared about 10 years ago in the Indonesia-China area. Took off from Kuala Lumpur, heading to Beijing, China. Vanished. Is still missing. This is going to have to be kind of short because of different reasons. One is because of my music schedule. I don't really have a lot of time to upload. And two, I'm having kind of computer difficulties where I use computers at the library, laptop computers, and they've had 5 of them and all 5 of them are down. That kind of impacts me a little bit. In like moving my book from there to my tablet to show you and so on. So that's kind of down until the laptops are back up, I think, unless I do it some other way. So anyway, I have these drawings, thumbnails. I'm working on illustrations. And if these laptops don't come back up because they're old and they're not going to replace them, I may be just starting a book on sort of an illustrated book that's totally illustrations and captions on the subject, and then I'll get back to my text book later on when I get the computer back. So here it is. I did all of this today in kind of 2 sittings. I went to the library, worked for like an hour and a half on these, maybe even that, and then came back for lunch, and then I went back again for like another 45 minutes and so forth. And I made the kind of the boxes, the grid first, and then I kind of just started to kind of fill it in, just kind of a mind, memory thing and so forth. So this is like the first one here, what they say or said. This is the plane took off here. They say that it kind of went up here, turned around here, came up here, and then crashed or landed down here, and they've searched for it down there. Captain Z's sim flight, the sim flight. They think that the captain did on his home simulator this flight where he took off from here, went down here, and crashed the plane on a sim flight, which is kind of this spot and this spot are about the same and so forth. Captain other sim flight. I think there's kind of information in the archives that he also did one where he took off from Kuala Lumpur and ended up landing or crashing in the Diego Garcia U.S. Air Base area also. This is just a drawing of Captain Z, Zahari. This one is, man, this is going to take a while. Where it may have flown, that's Beijing. There's Kuala Lumpur, kind of like went out around here, the Maldives. Down here, they think that it maybe crashed down here. Yes, this is like the range. This is Kuala Lumpur. This is, some people say that may have gone up to Afghanistan somehow and landed or disappeared up there. Some people think that it kind of went down just west of Perth here. But it really didn't have gas to go outside of this circle, I think. This is a Whisper guy. I couldn't think of his name when I was doing this. I was more interested in filling the boxes up than remembering exact details in my head. So there's something, I'm trying to figure this all out. There was something about 777 flights having to do with like that had Inmarsat, and because these flights kind of like were down in this area, that they somehow think that they can kind of like figure that this this plane that was sort of like off radar, didn't have Inmarsat, didn't have anything else that was maybe down there too with them or something like that, where they have records of 5, but they count 6 or something like that. So it must have been it or something. Inmarsat, PR guy, just that's not really too much of anything. ICAR's hatch. There's something about, I think this is the journalist that wrote the book. It says that there's this hatch. There was this Russian guy that was sitting, I think he said like 15 feet from it, 20 feet. So this is kind of not to scale or so on. That this is more like 2 feet, right at his feet, so forth. But there was this hatch that went kind of down into the plane, where this guy, if he was a hijacker, he may have like been able to sort of finagle to flight systems. Russia Pax, that same guy here. They're just a drawing. I don't know if there's any photo of what he looks like or not. Here's another one. This is kind of sort of more in the distance. The Russian guy, the hatch, and I think they said 15 feet. So I'll have to come back, kind of fill in X there. Beijing. This is kind of like my own idea. Whenever I go somewhere, like on my bike or something like that, I always think of when I'm leaving, I'm like in the red zone, then I'm in the yellow zone, then I'm in the green zone. And the closer I get to my destination, then I'm getting into the yellow zone, then the red zone. If I turn around and go back, then it's like I'm in the red zone, get out of into the yellow, then into the green, then I start getting into the yellow, then into the red, and then home kind of thing. So I'm sort of coinciding their flight with kind of the way I do things. First officer, how much time do we have here? 5 minutes. I'm going to have to kind of end it at here. You can see where I'm at. Made it not even halfway. So kind of, we would have been, if I would have finished up, we would have been talking about Ghislain Waterloos, who was one of the victims of the thing. He lost his wife and I think a girl and a boy, and he had one of his sons wasn't on the flight and survived, so he and his son like survived the 3 that didn't make it, that were on the flight. What wants to know what happened? It was there's a lawsuit like in France, I think, where he's trying to sue the country of France for information or something like that, if and so forth. So I'm going to have to leave it at that at 6 minutes. So hope you like this. Please subscribe and thumbs up and tell all your friends and so forth. Watch for more of these in the future, maybe more details on this. I'll be probably making more detailed pictures of these thumbnails as time goes on. Have a good one. Bye.